My review of the Death Adder Essential was pretty harsh. It's an absolute joke. And you guys disagreed with me, but some of the things you said didn't make sense. And the reason being is a few months after I released that video, they updated the Razer Death Adder Essential. I'm Techify and here's my updated review of the Razer Death Adder Essential. So guys, let's get into this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the Techify Discord. Now, it's quite unlikely they did, but it does feel like Razer watched my video. So many things I said have been improved upon or outright fixed. The Razer Death Adder Essential still has things to be desired. However, when I bought it before, I paid £30 for it, and that equated at the time to around $40. That was too much for what it was when you could buy things like the Razer Viper Mini for that price. Now, however, this is only going to be about £20, less than $30. In fact, it's often in sales such as the Black Friday and Christmas sales for even cheaper, so this mouse could potentially be a really good deal. So going through everything, first of all, the shape, to get that out of the way, it is the normal big Death Adder shape. It isn't a shape for me, it is just too big, and I think it will be too big for a lot of people. However, that being said, it isn't anything wrong with it. If you're a palm user, then it's probably going to be a pretty good mouse. If you're a claw user, you're going to need pretty big hands to get comfortable, and if you're a fingertip user, I'll be pretty surprised if this is an ideal shape for you. Things that haven't changed, unfortunately the sensor has not changed. It's not been upgraded to the same sensor in the Viper Mini and Death Adder V2 Mini. It has a maximum DPI of 6400, which is plenty but comparatively not a lot when you think about other mice, and it has a relatively high lift-off distance of 7 playing cards. That being said though, it is good enough, and with the other feature improvements on the Death Adder Essential, it's not too bad. This mouse still has no RGB, you can only get it in green. Surely it wouldn't cost Razer too much more to put RGB in this mouse, but I do understand it is very much a budget product. You also get no DPI button, which means you have to control the DPI through the software, which is a bit annoying. Razer's software always tends to need an update, and having no DPI button can be quite annoying. For me personally, in all honesty, I set the DPI once and I don't change it, so I can live with this. However, I would prefer to see a button on the mouse. The clicks, I'm not sure if they have changed. If you know, then please let me know in the comments. They do feel ever so slightly better, however, they aren't the best feeling clicks. That being said though, they do work, they will do the job, and for this price point, there's not too much I can complain about. Things that have changed though, and these were things I had a big issue with, are the cable. I said I prefer a standard rubber cable to whatever stiff braided cable they were using before, and I do agree. It is a rubber cable, it isn't amazing, but it does annoy me less than the stiff one. It gets less stuck in position and less caught on things, and I think ultimately, if you've got a mouse bungee especially, you can survive with this cable. The weight also hasn't changed, it's about 97 grams. It is a big heavy mouse, and that's not for me personally, but I do understand that that is some people's preference. Feet are something I had a big issue with when I first reviewed the Death Adder Essential. These have been upgraded, and it makes an absolutely massive difference to the mouse. It really does change it completely. Obviously, sound is not a measure of how good feet are. However, I did say in my original review that they sounded and felt like sandpaper, and if you just listen to the sound difference between the old Death Adder Essential feet and these Death Adder Essential feet, you can just really tell that these are so much smoother and getting so much less resistance and being so much more consistent on the mouse pad, and when you're gaming you really can tell that. The side buttons and scroll wheel, they're not amazing, but they feel okay, they work obviously, so I can't say too much negative about them for this price point. So my verdict for this mouse is completely different to my original review of the Razer Death Adder Essential. It is not the best mouse out there, it is very much a budget mouse and it does have its flaws. That being said, for the lower price point you can now buy it at, if you do like a big mouse, then this is a viable option. The feet are massively improved, and I think above everything, that completely changes the feel of this mouse. You won't see me recommending this mouse anytime soon. I think for most people a Viper Mini is a better mouse, better features, and it's going to be a better shape. That being said, if you buy a Razer Death Adder Essential, make sure you get the updated one. It is much better, and I think Razer have improved a lot. For your next video, go watch my review of the Razer Death Adder V2 and see what the extra money gets you. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.